Okay, so how many of you guys have heard the word impeachment? Yep, exactly. Everybody except the foreigner. So, impeachment, it's been thrown around a lot by the media, by families, and I've even my dog probably thinks about it. It's so prevalent in today's society and its political climate. But according to a Business Insider poll, only 30% of Americans can actually define impeachment. So impeachment is a sort of check on the executive branch. It makes sure that power cannot be seized, essentially. And to understand impeachment is a very, very important part of our democracy, just like understanding every other part, from the election system to how old you have to be a senator. So that's what I'm here to inform you guys about. I'm here to talk to you about impeachment and sort of walk you through the process. Okay. So impeachment, first of all, it does not mean to throw someone out of office, which is a common belief that I've seen on the news and I've heard people talk about. Impeachment just means to formally accuse someone and charge them of a crime. It does not necessarily mean that they will be thrown out of office, but it can definitely lead to that if they're found guilty. So the impeachment process will begin in the House of Representatives. And according to the History, Art, and Archives of the House of Representatives, they will turn to what's called the Judiciary Committee first. The Judiciary Committee is a permanent committee that usually oversees the federal courts, and they kind of look at that judicial aspect. So when the House turns to that Judiciary Committee, they're kind of turning them to look at evidence to see if it's worth it to impeach an individual or to bring articles of impeachment to the House of Representatives. Once the Judiciary Committee decides that there is enough evidence to bring charges to the House of Representatives, they will vote on essentially the same thing. Is it worth it in the political climate? Is there enough evidence and testimony to realistically believe that they can impeach and remove an individual? So in order to impeach them, which is just, again, to formally charge that person with a crime, they need a simple majority, so a 51% vote in the House of Representatives. And that's what we're currently on track towards today, because it is a very, very partisan sort of thing. Like, if there is a Republican that's wanting to be impeached, then it's Democrats control the House, and vice versa. So sadly, it is a very, very political process. So once the House does decide to bring charges, or if they do at all, then the trial moves to the Senate. And according to Senate.gov, the Senate's government website, this is when the senators will be hearing that same testimony and looking over that same evidence. If you've ever seen a court trial on TV, whether that be from Law & Order or if you've actually been to court yourself, it's going to be laid out in kind of the same way. So there's going to be a judge, there's going to be a jury, and you're going to be hearing evidence. Except it's a very, very high-stakes game. They take it very seriously, especially because it only happens so rarely. Only 2 individuals have actually been impeached, Bill Clinton and Andrew Johnson. So instead of a jury, you're going to have the jury be the group of 100 senators. And instead of a normal judge or justice, it's going to be presided over by the Supreme Court Chief Justice. So in this trial, which makes it differ a little bit from a normal trial, only 2/3 of the senators need to find that the official is guilty in order for there to be essentially a thrown out of office thing. Like, according to the Constitution, you need either to be guilty of high crimes and misdemeanors, treason, or bribery in order to be thrown out of office. They're not going to throw you out for a speeding ticket, which is another popular belief, that they can throw you out for anything at all. No, it needs to be 2/3 voting guilty on either of those things. And that's unlike a regular trial, because in a regular trial you need to be proved guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. So it is very important to remember, again, and this is something that I cannot reiterate enough. Although it is a partisan process, impeachment is not a bad thing. It was something put in place by the founders of our government to ensure that no individual is above the law. And I hope you guys have learned a little bit more about impeachment, and you can go through the news and your political discussions with your family, no matter how much ibuprofen you take for those, with a little bit more knowledge.